From Richard Robinson, a $10 super thanks. He says, what I love about what Sam Williams said, which we broke down on the channel, about the Micah situation. No doubt Micah is a great player, but maybe this is addition by subtraction. The media won't stop talking about it, but Micah won't either. Got his bag and everything he wanted, so I wish he would stop talking and focus on his new team. What are the same? There's a lot of football to be played. Yeah, I was a little annoyed. I forget who asked the question. Like, at the end of the Monday Schottenheimer press conference, like, asked him about Micah Parsons and the Packers. Like, I don't care. Like, I get you're trying to get that quote for Green Bay or something, but, like, I'm over it. Like, he's gone. He is the opposition now. He is the enemy. I don't care. I think Sam Williams was spot on with that take. Like, there might be moments where it makes sense to discuss because we want the Packers to lose games to help the Cowboys draft pick that they now own, but I'm over it. Now, if you want into our weekly raffles on game days, a $5 super thanks does get you entered to win, so send it in right now. Got a couple questions in a row here via Skeptical Fan, via super thanks, as I expect the Cowboys to show no mercy against the Giants in week 2. I want to blow them out of the water. I want to crush them. I will be a bit disappointed if they don't win or at least cover the spread. Also, from Skeptical Fan, curious why Turpin wasn't used more in the run and passing game. He got 4 touches in this one, which is higher than what his average would have been last year. The issue you run into with Turpin is you have to scheme stuff for him. I don't think he's ever going to be a true every down running back, every down wide receiver. He's gotten better at that to where he's a bit more playable and you can use him on motion and stuff. His snap count went up a little bit. But if I'm going to scheme something, I'm going to scheme it for CeeDee Lamb. He's better. Like, you know, there are moments he'll still do it, but like, you know, if you scheme up, let's say it's 15 plays, like I'm not doing 5, 5, and 5. Like it's going to be like 2 and 7. Like I'm going to very much, you know, rig it in favor of the better player in CeeDee Lamb. 4 to 5 touches a game is honestly probably a fine figure for Turpin. Just got to be more explosive with them. Says, I hope the Cowboys demote Sanders to third-string running back or red zone only. Counterpoint is if he's going to fumble, I don't want him in the red zone. It's even, not that there's a bad spot or a good spot to fumble. That's a bad one, though. I would like to see more of Jaden Blue. The comments from Schottenheimer kind of make me question about some of the attention to detail. I'll just kind of sum it up that way. But, like, it's not like Miles Sanders is a good option. Like, he got caught from behind. That's kind of disappointing. So pick a running back 2. MS for Miles Sanders, JB for Jaden Blue. Let me know who you want to be the backup in the 2020 behind Javonte Williams. You want to be RB2. MS for Miles Sanders, JB for Jaden Blue. Christopher Timmerman, $5, says the only back I would take and love is Achane. Other than that, no. I am extremely curious how things end up playing out in Miami. They were bad in week 1. Like it was really, really, really bad. To the point that like you have to wonder, like, geez, when is this going to be okay? Like it was a mess. So if he's available, sure, but he's also cheap, young, controllable talent, which the Dolphins really lack right now. So I don't know if he's going to be available unless you overpay significantly, and I don't really want to overpay if I can avoid it. $5 from Brandon Peacock. I like our defensive line. I'm wondering how long we have Clark under contract for. Kenny Clark is technically under contract through the 2027 season. The problem the Cowboys are about to face is he's due $21.5 million in 2026. You might not want to pay that. That's a lot of money for a 31-year-old in that season defensive tackle. So that's why it was never like, oh, he's a rental. It was like he might end up being a rental depending on how he plays. They're paying him nothing this year. It's like $2.3 million. But next year, the contract jumps because of an $11 million roster bonus. That is due, by the way, on the 3rd day of the league year. So we'll know quickly in the offseason, but that one's going to have to, be played out a little bit. Juan Ramos. If the Cowboys end up trading Mazi, can they get a decent running back? Or maybe Najee and Tolbert leave free agency. Cowboys should target a wide receiver like Duce Robinson from Florida State. Hey, Duce had himself a pretty good start to the season. That entire Florida State team looks just a lot better so far. But in order here, I don't know if Duce is going to turn pro. I think he's only a true junior. Didn't do a lot for USC. He's almost like a receiver, borderline receiver. He's very unique body type. Not like as big as Benjamin, but kind of tall like him. Anyway, look, you target a receiver if you lose Pickens. That's going to be one of your top options. I think if you're trading Mazi, like I would love to get a running back or somebody good. I don't know if there's much value for Mazi Smith right now. That's my concern. Today's show is made possible by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it is good to be right. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks does not hit. It is extremely simple to play. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. You get your picks right, you could cash in. This is one of my power play, because you can only do the power play for a 2-pick PrizePicks lineup. More than Terry McLaurin half touchdown, so 1. And I'm taking the freebie, Travis Kelce, a half passing yard on Thursday night. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. From Strive 365, typical Dallas having the opportunity to win and failing to do so. It was frustrating to have that chance to win the game against the Eagles and be unable to do so. Hopefully, they change that and they take care of business against the Giants. I expect them to do that against New York and beat them. This is a Cowboys team that has owned the Giants historically. It needs to continue in week 2. William Cook, a $10 super chat. So 3 entries into our raffle. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. I don't think there is any top-of-the-market contract after Tyler Smith. Who gets paid after him? Let me go look at the upcoming free agents. It's about guards and Tyler Smith. Got to find free agents here for 2026. Chris Lindstrom is under contract. I need to double check when the Quentin Nelson contract is going to expire. But I'm looking at like the top guys who are going to be free agents. Connor McGovern's not going to get paid big money. Elijah Vera Tucker, if he could ever stay healthy, would be in that conversation probably, but he hasn't done a good job of staying healthy. Both Browns guys, Wyatt Teller, Joel Bitonio, are going to be free agents in 2026, but are they going to command big money? I will say that Quentin Nelson's deal expires in 2027. He's still on the right side of 30s, or just off the right side of 30s, excuse me. I wouldn't be shocked if, he gets paid in the nearest future. Beyond that, it's not the strongest group of guards overall. A lot of them are kind of phased out. If Peter Skoronski ends up being good, he'll have his 5th-year option then. So I think with Tyler Smith, it's okay if you wait through this season, but you should do it before free agency just in case something weird happens. Steven Goltz, none of the other NFC teams look good this week. I know it's only week 1. Thoughts? It is just week 1. I thought the Commanders were better than the score indicates. I thought the Giants played a bad game. I don't believe in New York. I think they have real issues. Philadelphia, you competed against them. Maybe that's a good sign for you. But no, I think the Commanders I thought were better than the score indicated, but they weren't overwhelmingly elite. They were also bad to begin last year, so they just might not be a week 1 team. From Barry, come on, I'm not falling for that, Barry. What are you doing out there? If the Saints stay bad, Alvin Kamara trade. Let me pull up his contract. I know our Saints people here at Chat Sports want Alvin Kamara to be a Saint forever. They have done a lot of stuff with the contract. He doesn't get paid much next year because the way they've done this is they've restructured his contract so many times. If the Saints were to trade him right now, they kind of incur a pretty sizable dead cap hit. It's enough that they could move on and rebuild, but I think this is kind of setting up for 2026 to be his last year. He's on the wrong side of 30 outside of Derrick Henry. I don't love the history there. I don't hate the idea, like if he's available on the cheap, but I don't want to give up massive assets for a 30-year-old back. That does worry me. So will the Cowboys make a trade before this year's NFL trade deadline? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Will a trade go down, Y or N? Ignatius Pennyfeather the ninth. What are the odds of a Tyreek Hill trade? Pretty damn low. Look, Tyreek's contract is weird. There was a roster bonus that I think already got paid out, which would mean it makes no sense for Miami to trade him. I get the Dolphins are a mess. You can scour that roster and potentially do a trade deadline deal. I like that idea in general. I don't know if I want Tyreek Hill in this locker room. Like Tyreek and Pickens, didn't you move on from Micah in part because locker room stuff or what the Jones boys would have you believe? Like I don't want to inject that. Daniel M. Thoughts on this trade? Sam Williams and a 2027 first to the Green Bay Packers for Hendrickson and a 2026 sixth. I don't think the Bengals say yes. Now they just redid the Hendrickson contract. That's probably a issue for them. I need to double check because they added a void year to it, which complicates things. But it's doable. I don't know if I want to trade my 2027 firsts. I kind of want to keep them. Like, I think that those would benefit me because I'd be kicking myself if I got the wrong end of the bargain and that 2027 first ends up being really good. Like, that would annoy me to no end. The contract is tradable. But by the way, for Dallas' side are they going to pay Hendrickson what he wants? Are they going to pony up the $35 million per year or whatever for a soon-to-be 32-year-old edge? I don't know if they would. Give me your trade ideas for the Cowboys in the comments section of today's show. Whatever you want to cook up for the Cowboys, drop it for me. Players to trade for, trade away, bonus points if you use like details and not just say trade for a player. That's fine. I'm not going to cry about it, but in the comments of today's show. From Matt Hervey, who is more to blame for the loss, Lamb or Sanders? I'd put it on CD. Like the fumble was bad. They win the game without the Lamb drops. Like I'm pretty confident in that one. So, and I also expect more from CeeDee Lamb. He'll bounce back this week, but I do expect more. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. And look, Miles Sanders needs to be better. Like, don't get me wrong on that front. He can't fumble either. Like, I do want to. He can't make those screw ups. Like, that's not going to fly. Like, you're a pro football player too. Don't make those mistakes. From T-Rex Downey, how I wish this would come true, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Can the Cowboys trade TJ Bass to the Jets for something? You can, but you're asking for Breece Hall. I feel like deep down, it's fine. The Jets made Breece Hall their number one back. They fed him a pretty good amount against the Steelers. I would not get my hopes up on that front. Like the Jets need another guard option. I don't hate that idea. Simpson and Myers are kind of thin right now. My concern is you only get like a day 3 pick back, and right now, does that benefit you? We'll have more Cowboys updates for you all season long. Do not miss out. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV for more free Cowboys YouTube videos, news, rumors, and of course, watch parties as well. Do not miss out. Do not miss anything. Hit that sub button right here on the Cowboys Report.